There's a technique Neville Goddard taught that sounds almost too simple to actually work. Something involving nothing more than a wall in your own home. And yet, people who've genuinely practiced it consistently describe it as one of the fastest, most effective ways to shift a stubborn state of doubt into genuine, settled belief. Today I want to walk you through exactly what this technique is, why it works the way it does, and how to actually use it correctly. Because most people who've heard of it have never been shown the real depth behind it. Let's start with the basic premise. Neville often spoke about the power of physical action, combined with imagination. The idea that engaging your body, not just your mind, while holding a specific feeling, creates a much stronger, much more convincing impression on your subconscious than imagination alone. The wall technique uses exactly this principle. The practice involves physically touching a wall in your home while feeling as genuinely and vividly as possible the reality of your wish already being fulfilled, allowing the physical sensation of touch to anchor and intensify the emotional state you're deliberately creating. Here's why this matters so much more than it might initially seem. When you simply sit and imagine something, your mind can drift easily, your attention wanders. The exercise can feel abstract, disconnected from your actual physical reality. But when you incorporate a physical action, actually placing your hand on a solid, tangible object, you're grounding the exercise in something real and present, which makes the accompanying feeling significantly easier to hold with genuine conviction, rather than slipping into vague, half-hearted imagination. Let's talk about exactly how to practice this. You choose a specific wall in your home, ideally somewhere quiet where you won't be interrupted. You approach the wall and place your hand flat against it, feeling the actual physical texture and solidity beneath your palm. As you maintain this physical contact, you bring to mind your specific desire, and rather than simply thinking about it, you allow yourself to feel, as genuinely as possible, that this desire is already fulfilled, right now, in this exact moment. The solidity of the wall becomes a kind of anchor point, something your mind associates with the certainty and stability of your desire already being real, rather than something distant or uncertain. I want to explain why this combination, physical touch plus feeling, tends to be so effective according to Neville's broader teaching. He consistently emphasized that genuine embodied feeling, not abstract thinking, is what actually influences your subconscious mind. A wall is solid, unchanging, dependable. It doesn't shift or waver the way your thoughts naturally do throughout the day. By deliberately connecting the felt reality of your wish fulfilled to something as stable and unquestionable as a solid wall, you're essentially borrowing that same quality of stability and certainty for your imagined state, making it feel less like wishful thinking and more like an established, dependable fact. Let's go deeper into the specific mechanics of doing this correctly, because the details genuinely matter here. As you place your hand on the wall, you're not meant to just think generic thoughts about your desire. You want to construct something specific and sensory, exactly as you would with any other Neville technique. If you're working toward a specific financial outcome, you might feel the exact sense of relief and security you'd have already achieved that goal, right there, as your hand rests against the wall. If you're working toward a specific relationship outcome, you might feel the warmth and ease of that connection already being real and secure. The wall itself doesn't need to have any literal, symbolic connection to your specific desire. Its purpose is purely to provide a stable physical anchor point for the feeling you're deliberately generating. I want to address something important about timing and duration, because this isn't meant to be a lengthy, elaborate practice. Neville's techniques generally worked best as brief, intensely felt moments, rather than long, drawn-out sessions where focus naturally starts to drift. With the wall technique specifically, even just a minute or two of genuine, deeply felt contact, hand against wall, feeling fully engaged, tends to be far more effective than 5 or 10 minutes of distracted, half-hearted practice where your mind wanders after the first 30 seconds. Let's talk about why this particular technique can be especially useful during moments of specific doubt or resistance, rather than just as a general daily practice. If you find yourself in a moment where doubt feels particularly strong, maybe right before an important event, maybe during a period where your desire feels especially far away or uncertain, physically walking to a wall and deliberately engaging this technique can serve as a powerful, immediate interruption to that doubtful state. The physical action itself, getting up, moving toward the wall, placing your hand against it, creates a clear, deliberate break from whatever anxious mental pattern was running, giving you a natural transition point into a completely different, more empowered internal state. I also want to explain why using a real physical wall specifically, rather than simply imagining touching one, makes such a meaningful difference. There's something about genuine physical sensation, the actual texture, temperature, and solidity you feel under your palm, that engages your nervous system differently than pure imagination alone. This isn't just a psychological placebo effect. It's leveraging the way your brain naturally processes embodied sensory experience as more immediately real and significant than purely abstract mental activity, which is exactly why physical anchoring techniques like this tend to be so much more effective than imagination practiced without any physical component at all. Let's talk about consistency and repetition here, because like most of Neville's techniques, a single session, while potentially helpful, tends to work best as part of a repeated, consistent practice rather than a one-time attempt. You might choose to use this technique once daily, perhaps in the morning or evening, consistently returning to the same wall. Or you might use it specifically in moments when doubt feels particularly strong throughout your day. Either approach can work. What matters most is the genuine quality of feeling you bring each time you practice it, rather than simply going through the physical motion without real emotional engagement behind it. I want to be honest about something here. If you approach this technique mechanically, just touching a wall and reciting words in your head, without actually generating real feeling, you're missing the entire point, and the technique will carry very little actual power. The physical contact with the wall is meant to support and intensify genuine feeling, not replace the necessity of that feeling in the first place. If you notice yourself going through the motions without real emotional engagement, it's worth pausing, taking a breath, and reconnecting with the specific sensory details of your desired outcome before continuing, rather than continuing the physical action alone without the feeling actually being present. Let's talk about a slightly deeper layer of this technique that Neville also touched on. The idea of using the wall not just for a general sense of your wish fulfilled, but specifically for moments of resolving doubt itself. If you're struggling with a specific doubtful thought, something like "this probably won't work out for me," you can use the wall technique specifically to counter that exact doubt, placing your hand against the solid wall while deliberately feeling the opposite certainty. This is already secure. This is already settled. letting the physical solidity of the wall reinforce that specific counter-belief directly, rather than using the technique only in a general, unfocused way. I also want to mention why this technique tends to work particularly well for people who find pure mental visualization difficult to sustain. Some people naturally struggle to hold a vivid mental image or feeling for very long without their mind wandering, especially if they're new to these kinds of practices. The physical component of the wall technique gives these individuals something concrete to focus their attention around, an actual point of physical contact, which often makes it significantly easier to maintain genuine focus and feeling, compared to trying to sustain pure, unanchored mental visualization alone. Let's talk about practical application once more, because I want this to be something you can genuinely use, not just understand conceptually. Choose a specific wall in your home, somewhere you won't be interrupted for a few minutes. Bring to mind your specific desire, and take a moment before touching the wall to actually construct the specific sensory feeling you're aiming for. What would this genuinely feel like if it were true right now? Then, place your hand flat against the wall and allow that feeling to intensify and settle as you maintain physical contact. Letting the solidity beneath your palm reinforce the sense of certainty and stability you're deliberately cultivating. Hold this for a minute or two, genuinely engaged, rather than rushing through it mechanically, and then release your hand, allowing the impression to settle, without immediately needing to check for external proof that it worked. I want to leave you with this final thought. So many manifestation techniques exist purely in the abstract realm of thought and imagination, which can be genuinely powerful, but can also be difficult to sustain with real conviction for people who struggle with pure mental visualization. The wall technique offers something different, a way to ground your practice in physical, tangible reality, borrowing the stability and certainty of something solid and unchanging to support the feeling you're deliberately trying to build. The next time doubt feels particularly strong, or the next time you simply want to deepen your daily practice, try walking to a wall, placing your hand against it, and allowing that solid, dependable surface to remind you, physically as well as emotionally, that what you're feeling is not fragile or fleeting, but every bit as real and settled as the wall itself, standing firmly beneath your palm.